So welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing an SMMA Q&A. So essentially, I've got a bunch of questions here, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and answer a couple of them. Obviously, they're from you guys. If you want to be a part of the next SMMA Q&A, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's at the bottom of the description. And by the way, if I look hot, if I look a little bit sweaty, it's because it is so hot in Perth right now. That's the reason. With that being said though, let's jump straight into the video. So first question that we have, best advice to someone that's still scared of getting on the call to close clients. So one thing you need to realize about this, right? And this is the most important thing, is that every single person, myself included, these SMMA gurus as well that you see on YouTube and whatnot, everyone was scared for their first call, right? Because it's new, it's daunting. I see it happen all the time with members of the community who, join the program, they get meetings booked in and they're just so scared to get on the call and actually pitch a 2,500 a month service or a 5K a month service, whatever it is. They're really, really scared. So first things first, right? Like you need to accept it and you need to realize that it's okay, it's fine. Everybody goes through it. Second thing, and this is probably the most actionable piece of advice I can give you, and it's genuinely gonna help you out, is that you just need to prepare. If you're prepared, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna be fine if you hop on the call and then they start, asking you certain questions, or you get flustered or whatever, and then you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to say. You don't know what route to go down. That's gonna make you not get the sale. I can basically guarantee it. So if you're prepared, you'll be fine. You're gonna have nerves. You're gonna say some things that you didn't mean to say. You're gonna maybe have a bit of a shaky voice as well. Whatever it is, everybody goes through it. It's natural, but just prepare, right? Prepare, and don't expect to close your first client on your very first ever sales call, right? I know I didn't. I think I had maybe 5 sales calls before I closed my first client. So just accept it. Make sure you record that call though. You should be recording every single sales call, but especially that first call, because you'll be able to go back, re-listen, see where you were falling off, see where you could have gone stronger, see what you were saying and what you shouldn't have said and all that type of stuff. And then from there, you'll be able to obviously iterate for the next time, and then the next time you become better, and that's how you progress. That's how you get better at sales, and obviously that's just how you grow as an agency owner. So next question, your best source of client attraction and acquisition. So client attraction and acquisition come from a couple areas right now. We have got email outreach, which obviously, by the way, the video directly before this one, I go through the best ways to generate e-commerce clients. You guys know I'm in the e-commerce niche, and it's one of those niches that a lot of people oftentimes say don't get into, it's too hard to get clients, it's too hard to generate results. But honestly, once you're equipped with the correct ways in regards to how you go about outreach, proven methods, etc., it's really not that hard. It's just a matter of tripling down on it, making it, failing, iterating, and just progressing. As I said before, it's the same idea. Go and watch my previous video after this video, because as I say, I basically just lay out exactly our outreach methods. So we do outreach. As I say, email outreach is the main one because it just works best. It's proven time and time again. And I've got 2 other inbound methods. Both of them are through Facebook. One of them is Facebook ads, right? So we run ads for the agency now. And the second inbound method through Facebook, it's actually building a personal brand on Facebook, and then from there you obviously generate interest from e-com and info product founders, which is the niche at Bax Consulting, right? We only work with the e-com and info product businesses, and yeah, as I say, we generate interest from them, and then they reach out to me personally, and then from there I obviously start the sales process. So they are the main ways that we are currently getting our clients, and both of the inbound method as well as email outreach and whatnot, I've got a myriad of videos on this channel in regards to that. Don't have any on Facebook ads. There is one that I kind of detail the funnel overall, but Facebook ads is slightly high level. I only recommend you run Facebook ads for your agency once you're at around 10 to 15,000 a month. So this is a funny one actually. Why did all of your ads get rejected? So if you do follow me on Instagram, you guys would have seen that image, that picture that I took of a client ad account, and every single ad on the client ad account got rejected. Very, very annoying, very inconvenient, but I think it was our turn. Almost every single high level marketer that I know, that I speak to, high level agency owner as well that I speak to and I'm in contact with, has had their ad accounts either shut down entirely or had their personal access restricted, all this crazy stuff. Actually, one of our media buyers had his personal access restricted as well, so that's causing some issues. But yeah, as I say, one of our client ad accounts right now, entire ads have been rejected. Ad account hasn't been disabled, but ads have been rejected. And the reason being is because Facebook is all over the place at the moment. Obviously, it's the week obviously, at least at the point of recording this, right, it's a week of the elections in the US, and it's just crazy. I've heard a rumor that both of the presidential candidates are spending $13 million a week on advertising. Facebook themselves are spending an obnoxious amount as well, telling people to vote and all that type of stuff. So Facebook's all over the place. They're banning everybody left, right, and center for no reason whatsoever. But it's a good thing that obviously we're a Facebook marketing partner, so we have VIP support, and obviously I was straight onto them, getting it sorted, hopefully very, very soon. So bit of a problem, but if this happens with clients and whatnot, just make sure that you're onto it and that you're putting in the time, and keep the client updated. Do not keep them in the dark. Do not, make them feel as though what's going on with the account. Are we running ads? Are we going to get it back? Are we going to, don't keep them in the dark. Make sure you keep them in the loop, and just keep them updated. Show them conversations that you're having with the marketing rep or whatever it is, the Facebook rep, whoever it is, or just the support in general, because at least that shows you that you're doing everything you can in your power, or that's in your power, to get their account back, and that's all you can do at that point. Some clients are not going to like it. Some clients are going to be a bit annoyed or whatever, but overall, just make sure that you keep them in the loop, and show them, as I said, that you're doing everything in your power, and make sure you genuinely are doing everything in your power to get the ads back. So next question, what do you do if you reach out to a lead and they reply they're working with another agency? So this is a common one, and there's a couple ways that you can go about it. I would say this is very much case by case, to be honest, because obviously some clients, some brands, some prospects are working with another agency, but at the end of the day, that other agency aren't getting good results. They're not happy with that agency for the communication side, the results side, how they're whatever, there's 101 reasons as to why a business, a brand isn't happy with their current agency. And also, on top of being upfront, just genuinely asking them, you can also, if you kind of go through that current landscape, have a look what you can see from face value in terms of the ads and the copy and all that type of stuff, right? And you can see that it's bad, it's terrible, right? There's a myriad of things that they can implement on to make it better. There's, they can run more ads, they can do this, that, or whatever it is. Yeah, as I say, you can shoot over a Loom video and, use one of my favorite lines, which is, hey, whoever, honestly, I was actually very shocked when you mentioned that you're working with a current agency, because I, just kind of did a bit of an audit of your current landscape from face value. And here's what I found, right? And go through the points that you found. This is not only going to make them feel as though like they're wasting their money with their current agency, and it's going to make you seem as an expert, right? Because you're kind of just throwing shade on their current agency and kind of just showing how they're not doing their job. And also, it's going to make you more sought after, right? The client's going to be more sought after you. They're going to come to you for tips and ideas and whatnot. And as I say, in those situations as well, obviously the main goal is for the client to transition from their current agency to you, and kind of going about it in that way definitely does it. Although, there is the other side of it as well. Some brands are working with an agency and they're genuinely happy with the agency that they're working with. So in those cases, there's nothing you can do. I wouldn't try and change them, because it's not going to work. As soon as a brand finds an agency that they like and everything's working well, they're never going to change, right? Because it doesn't make sense, and they're never going to get those same results anywhere else. So if that is the case and they're genuinely happy with their current agency, just drop it and just move on. There's a bunch of more leads that you can reach out to, so that's what I would recommend you do. So the next question, this is more of a statement, but I've been getting responses on my emails to see the Looms, but no meetings booked with the Looms. Well, this is the perfect thing about email outreach and really Facebook ads as well, and all this type of stuff, right? Is that you can see where the bottleneck is. So if you're getting a lot of replies on your emails, so that means that your subject line is good, because your open rates is good, right? Because people are reading the email, so they need to open it, which means your subject line is good, right? Because your subject line is the only thing correlated to the open rate, apart from email deliverability, but that's another topic. And if you're asking for the Loom video in the first email and they're saying that they want to see it, well, then your first email is good, because you're getting replies. People are actively wanting to see the Loom video, so that means that your body's good, well, your open's good, the body's good, and the way that you position the CTA, the way that you position the call to action, that's all solid. So now the problem is in the Loom video. So obviously there's two things there, right? If you're not getting any opens on the Loom video email, then that it's your subject line again. But I don't recommend that you compose a new email, right? I just recommend you reply to your original email, reply to email 1. And so if you're not getting, if the Loom video isn't getting viewed itself, but they've opened the email, well, then that it's the couple words that you've mentioned at the start of the email that's not resonating with them as much. Maybe they're reading it and they're like, oh, actually, I don't want to watch this, I'll bounce. But obviously the best way to combat that is by making your email stronger. But then also on top of that, if they are actually watching the Loom video, with Loom you get a notification once it's been seen, so you'll be able to see if they are watching the video but then they're dropping off. Well, then you know it's the video, right? And you want to be split testing. I've actually got another video on the channel where I think it's like live ecom outreach, something like that. It's like a vlog that I did, and in that vlog there's a section of a live Loom video that I did and I actually sent out to a prospect, right? And that really just highlights my exact structure. There's a couple bits that I cut out because of certain reasons, but overall that shows the structure that I use, and I highly recommend that you leverage that structure as well. But yeah, that's where your problem is, right? So it's the actual Loom video, so you need to change it up. I don't know how it's structured, obviously very limited knowledge, but yeah, like I say, provide value. That's one thing that you need to do in these Loom videos, is provide genuine value, not hollow value, not kind of like, oh, you need to run more ads. Like, that's not gonna help anyone, right? You need to provide genuine value. And then also when it comes to positioning your call, the best way to go about it is by just limiting the downside as much as possible. Basically show them, or basically tell them, I should say, that they're not gonna lose anything, because worst case scenario, they're gonna walk away with actionable things that they can implement into their brand that is going to, you know, genuinely enable them to have an increase in ROI, ROAS, spend, scale, whatever it is. Now, why I said at the start that you need to provide genuine value and not hollow value is because if you provide hollow value throughout the entire Loom video, and then at the end you say that you're going to be able to get more value from the call, but that Loom video, it was useless, then they're going to be like, oh, the call's going to be the same. So this is why you need to provide genuine, real, hard value to them, actionable things, because if they watch that and they're like, oh my God, this is really good, and then when it comes to pitching the call and you say that they're going to be able to get more value and they're going to be able to get more actionable things, whether they move forward or not, well then at that point it makes it a no-brainer. And you know, by you just having these things in place, it sets up for the call. That's the idea of the Loom video. And yeah, as I say, very limited to how you're currently structuring things and all that type of stuff, but hopefully that helped. That's what I would do in your situation. So last final question, how do you find media buyers to work for your agency? Do you train them yourself? So obviously this is split into two sections, right? Let's first have a look at how you find media buyers for your agency. Again, guys, as always, I've got a bunch of videos on this channel, but let's break it down a little bit. So when it comes to hiring media buyers, I always like to use Facebook groups. That's kind of my main go-to, simply because you're guaranteed, right? You go there, you go to certain Facebook groups and you just know that it's filled with marketers, right? Facebook marketers, and that is what you need, of course, right? So I always go to Facebook marketing groups such as the Ad Buyers Job Board. That's always a go-to, and also just Facebook marketing groups in general. And you can actually search and have a look to see if people have been posting results in there or whatever, and then message them directly. Or you can just make a post yourself and mention what you're looking for, and you'll get people applying. And then from there, what you want to be doing is kind of qualifying them, and then hopping on a Zoom call, making sure that they show the results on the Zoom call as well to prove that they can actually do this and it's not just some fabricated screenshots or whatever. And then in terms of the second part of that question, which is obviously, do you train them yourself? Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you don't know how to deliver the results yourself personally, then you obviously can't train them. So then in those instances, you want to be bringing somebody on board who already knows how to deliver the results. However, if you do have an idea, right? So obviously you can have an idea by having just pure experience or being in programs such as the Quantum Leap Ecom Agency program, where I lay out our entire marketing strategy. I show exactly how we get our clients, all of our clients, the results that we generate them. So you can just simply put them through that training, right? And then that's going to train them up as well. But also you can train them yourself, as you know, if you've had hard experience, you can hop on a Zoom call and walk them through your strategy, show them why you do this, why you do that, how to do this, how to do that. And over time, you'll be able to build them up and really just ramp them up into a really, really good media buyer. And I actually have another video on this channel as well. I forget the name of it, but I essentially talk about the fact that the perfect media buyer does not exist, and that you need to train your media buyers up. You need to kind of indoctrinate them into what you're doing into your agency and then train them up, and that's how they become a perfect media buyer. And obviously that's very prevalent here in this question. So hopefully that helps. That's how I do it. And also for those of you who have a personal brand or anything like that surrounding running ads and Facebook marketing and an agency or whatever, use that personal brand. That's also very, very powerful. So yeah, couldn't cover all of the questions simply because I like to ramble and I like to give detailed answers. But with that being said, I still hope you found value in this video. If you did, go ahead, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.